Good morning. So, students, last day I told you about two pathways of conduction in plants. These are xylem and phloem. Today I will tell you about transpiration. So, students, plants remain in contact of soil by their roots, and roots remain in contact of water present in the soil. So last day I told you water absorbed by the plant roots, that is transported to the aerial part of the plant by the process of ascent of cell. Now what happens of this water? This water is lost in the form of vapor from the exposed part of the plant. This loss of water in vapor form from the exposed part of a plant is called transpiration. So, plants always lost water in the vapor form through transpiration. About 99% of the water absorbed by the plant is lost through transpiration. Water absorbed, lost through transpiration. Loss of water in vapor form from exposed part or aerial part of a plant. We can see transpiration by simple experiment. Take a potted plant. So this is a potted plant. It is covered with a jar or polythene. After 12 hours, you will see water drop or water vapor inside it. So here is potted plant. Showing transpiration. Now the types of transpiration. There are three types of transpiration. Lenticular transpiration, in lenticular transpiration, loss of water in vapor form occurs through lenticels present in the bark of the plant. So about 1% of the water is lost through lenticels present in the bark of the plant. Another type of transpiration is cuticular transpiration. Loss of water in the vapor form occurs through cuticle of the leaf. It is the outermost layer of a waxy substance present on the surface of leaf. So, cuticular transpiration depends on the thickness of cuticle and cracks present on the surface of the leaf or other part of the plant. Third type of transpiration is stomatal transpiration. It forms major part of transpiration. Loss of water in the form of vapor through stomata present on the surface of leaves or other green part of the plant. This is a major part of transpiration. Major part. Of transpiration. Water is lost through stomata. About 47 to 97% of water is lost through stomatal transpiration. These are types of transpiration: lenticular transpiration, loss of water through lenticels; cuticular transpiration, loss of water through cuticle; stomatal transpiration, loss of water through stomata present on the surface of leaf or other parts of the plant. Now see importance of transpiration, or what is the role of transpiration in plants. Transpiration causes cooling effect by the process of transpiration. Temperature of the surface of the plant reduced, or transpiration results in lowering the temperature, which will otherwise rise due to exposed to sun. Temperature is lowered by the process of transpiration, which causes cooling of the plant body. Now next one is concentration of minerals. Minerals are transported from root to the exposed part of the plant along with water. So transpiration helps in increasing concentration of minerals present in rising water. Third one is transportation. Transpiration also helps in transportation of water from root to the aerial or exposed part of the plant. These are the functions, or this is the role of transpiration in plants. So this is all about transpiration. So students, now I will tell you about mechanism of transport of water and minerals in plants. So let's see mechanism of transport of water and minerals in plants. So students, to understand the mechanism of transport of water and minerals in plants, you should know this diagram. Here are cells of root. Outermost layer of root is epidermis. Cells of epidermis have extensions called root hair. Root hairs remain in contact of soil particles. These are soil particles. A thin film of water is present in between soil particles. So these are the cells of root. Outermost single layer of cell, epidermis, having outgrowths called root hair, and these middle layers for cortex, and innermost layer of cortex is endodermis. And here are xylem vessels of root. And here xylem vessels in stem. And this is leaf. Outermost layer of leaf is epidermis. Now see mechanism of transportation of water and minerals in plants. So root hair, extension of epidermal cells remain in contact of film of water present between soil particles. So water and dissolved minerals in soil in the form of sap absorbed by the root hair by the process of diffusion. From epidermal cells, water passes cell to cell in cortical part of the root. From cortex, water enters the xylem vessels of the root. So in root, water passes cell to cell by the process of osmosis and enters the xylem vessels of root. From xylem vessels of the root, water reaches the xylem vessels of stem. Xylem vessels of stem branched into xylem vessels of leaf. Water from the stem xylem vessels transported to xylem vessels of leaves. From xylem vessels of leaf, water enters the spaces or intercellular spaces of mesophyll cells. Water is here now. So from here, water is lost in the form of vapor. The process called transpiration. So this is the mechanism of transportation of water and minerals dissolved in it from root to the leaves. So it is just like a straw sucking drinks. So when we suck any drink with the help of a straw, it creates high pressure at the top and low pressure at the bottom. So due to this pressure, water from the root is transported to the leaf. On the surface of leaf, a suction pull is created due to continuous loss of water in the form of vapor that create a suction pull. This suction pull draws water from the xylem vessels of root to the leaf. Once water enters the intercellular spaces of mesophyll cells, it lost on the exposed surface of the leaf. Water by the process of diffusion enters the xylem vessels. Of root. then endodermis, then xylem vessels of root, then xylem vessels of stem, then xylem of leaf. Lost through stomata by the process of transpiration. That's all.